Driving not only his hardcore female fans to the edge of delirium, he is the center of a worldwide sensation. This is the story of a major triumph, the world's first CFC-free refrigerator, known to all as Greenfreeze. On the 15th of March 2008, he celebrates his 15th birthday. The young megastar has caused an environmental revolution on a global scale. It all began with this man, Greenpeace climate expert Wolfgang Lobeck from the Greenpeace Germany headquarters in Hamburg. His passionate quest to develop a climate-friendly cooling system resulted in the successful prototype for Greenfreeze and its subsequent launch onto the world stage.
Der Kühlschrank damals war ein bahnbrechender Beitrag.
Back then, the refrigerator represented a pioneering step for us, and with it we completely revolutionized the whole concept of refrigeration. We set an entirely new global standard for cooling systems, in particular for fridges, that today can be found almost everywhere in the world. And even more importantly, within weeks we produced a solution that effectively put an immediate end to the need to use substances damaging to the environment.
Since then, 300 million refrigerators have been produced to Greenfreeze standards. This represents a worldwide savings of around 1 billion tons of carbon dioxide. Chronology of an environmental revolution. 1989, high point of Greenpeace Germany's campaign against CFCs. Greenpeace activists block the cranes at the Höchst plant where the greenhouse gas CFC is produced. Cancer has a name is not just a Greenpeace slogan. The proof is staring us in the face. CFCs not only destroy the ozone layer, but also increase the risk of skin cancer. To speed up a change in awareness, Greenpeace embarks on a new tactic, a poster campaign to point the finger directly at senior Höchst managers instead of simply drawing attention to the scandal. The result: the company launches an all-out attack against the justified accusations and takes legal action against Greenpeace.
Höchst and the CFC manufacturers were really out to get us and used the lowest tactics imaginable. They distributed flyers all over the country stating that Greenpeace were endangering the lives of third world children because we were prepared to accept that whole cooling chains for food supply and vaccines could collapse.
3 years later, Greenpeace presents its own cooling technology using the harmless coolant gases propane and butane instead of the climate killer CFC. 15th of March 1993, the moment has arrived. In Schopfenstein, Saxony, the very first Greenfreeze with the revolutionary technology rolls off the production line. Manufactured by the ex-GDR's largest refrigerator producer, DKK Foron. Greenpeace has a hit on its hands, exceeding its wildest dreams. Despite this, the German refrigerator industry refuses to abandon its bitter resistance to the Greenpeace technology. The 7 largest manufacturers counter with a letter to their distributors calling for a boycott of the product, claiming that the Greenpeace technology represents a fire hazard and is even a step backwards in energy efficiency. Just 6 months later, at the Domotechnica in Cologne, Germany's biggest trade fair for domestic appliances, the bombshell. The entire industry has voluntarily switched over to Greenfreeze technology and proudly presents their new CFC-free units. Here, a Bosch representative.
Mr. Stadt-Landorf, 6 months ago, no one had a good word to say about the Eco fridge from DKK, and now you're producing one yourselves. We too have learned a lesson. One should take advantage of what is possible. The environment is our highest priority.
Roland Hipp, Greenpeace Germany's campaign director, sees a mixture of know-how combined with dogged persistence as the best formula for the success of Greenpeace's own technological innovations. For him, the Greenfreeze is simply one example of how Greenpeace can work to develop alternatives, despite resistance from within the industry.
We haven't only
developed the Greenfreeze, we've also pioneered a 3-liter car based on the Renault Twingo, which previously used 6 to 7 liters of fuel. We developed chlorine-free paper and took it to Spiegel magazine. We produced a plagiarism of the magazine to show them that paper in the form that they need can be produced without the use of chlorine. And in 2000, we founded Greenpeace Energy and have shown that ecology and economics can exist side by side in business. And in the meantime, have become the 2nd largest eco-power provider in Germany. This shows the way that Greenpeace works. On the one hand, we've always pointed to environmental scandals and have confronted those responsible. But of course, a component of such confrontation is always to show where the alternative solutions lie.
The megastar Greenfreeze embarks on a lap of honor around the world just 1 year after its conception. In China, one of the world's largest refrigerator markets, Greenpeace celebrates the arrival of the new baby at the refrigerator exhibition in Shanghai, an important place to exchange contacts with the major Chinese manufacturers. Also in the running, the leading German manufacturers.
Die Kühlschrankhersteller in Deutschland sind dann tatsächlich mit mir.
The German refrigerator manufacturers actually traveled with me to a symposium in Shanghai. And in front of a 200-strong audience of Chinese fridge producers, they specifically pronounced the Greenpeace technology, that's what they called it, as the only way forward into the future. And that, of course, was the trigger for our success story in China, because we wouldn't have been able to convince the Chinese manufacturers ourselves.
Wir hätten die Kühlschrankhersteller in China nicht überzeugen können.
Just 3 years later, 1997, the Chinese market leader in refrigeration, Kalon, announces at a press conference its intention to progressively change its entire production to Greenfreeze technology and praises Greenpeace for its engagement. A successful year for Greenpeace. Greenfreeze technology leads the market in Germany. Greenfreeze is awarded the Blue Angel certificate. And finally, the United Nations UNEP Ozone Award. 2001. In Germany, 8 large chain stores announced they will no longer stock climate-killer fridges and even confirm this dutifully in writing. They were clearly helped along by the many Greenpeace volunteers who, for 2 years, visited the stores regularly to inform consumers of the dangers of CFCs.
There's only one country not building it, and that is the USA. Meanwhile, we're talking about over 300 million units already built. And I believe that this success story is going to continue. But we wouldn't be Greenpeace if we just left it at that. We've moved on. We've developed what we call the solar chill, which is a device for cooling medicines for use in developing countries. And at the moment, we're running the first tests in Africa.
Once again, a golden opportunity for the industry to copy environmentally friendly technology made by Greenpeace. They're more than welcome.